All right, guys, welcome to the Commerce Growth Hub. We're giving you guys another video. If this is your first time here, then the Commerce Growth Hub is just an online place, a hub where you can get everything related to commerce, e-commerce, anything you can think of. We're going to be covering it. All right, and today we're going to be covering how to spy on your competitors' ads. And it's really simple. We're going to break this down really fast for you guys. So the first thing and the most obvious thing is you need to know your competitors. You need to know who are the top people in the industry, and you need to know which of those top people you should be following. One way you can look at this is SimilarWeb. You can kind of get an idea of how big your competitors are. And yes, you want to be looking at the people at the very, very, very top of your niche. Those people are going to be the leaders of the entire market, so you want to pay attention to what those guys are doing, but also you want to look at some of the lesser known brands that livelihood depend on their marketing and their social media ads. Those are the brands that you can really learn a lot from. Too many people sometimes focus completely on either side of that. You don't focus solely on the people at the very, very top, and you don't focus on the people that are a little newer and only rely on social media to get business. You look at both, okay? And you can easily find that information through SimilarWeb. Also, Google is another place. Just Google your product in general, and you will start to see the Google Shopping ads pop into place. That's another great way to kind of see who's buying, how many reviews does these products have, things like that can really help. Instagram is another way, like type in one of your competitors, and then you should have the option to see I like brands if you click the drop down on top of that. And obviously TikTok, hashtag something that is trending in your niche or a trending product in your niche. Like if you're just doing some type of beauty product, then you can hashtag your top seller, where if it's concealer, if it's makeup brush, whatever the case may be. That's another way that you can find competitors. And how you can research or spy on the ads once you find competitors. One of the most trusted ways, one of the oldest ways I would say, as far as like social media age, would be Facebook ads library. Here's just a simple screenshot of a beauty brand, and if you know this brand, then you know that they do a lot of social media ads. They're constantly launching new ads. So how I like to set it up, depending on if I'm just looking for a product or if I'm specifically trying to look at the brand. If I'm looking at a brand, then I just like to look at their active ads. A neat trick that you can also do is you can look at their inactive ads only that they've recently launched, so you can see an idea of like what really didn't work for them. So if something really didn't work for them, if they turn something off really, really fast, then you might want to steer clear of even trying something in that realm. That's just an idea that sometimes I like to test out. Sometimes I like to go and look at what's not working versus what's working to give an idea and try to figure out like, hey, why isn't that working? Right? Why didn't that work? What was bad about that ad? What did they do differently? Or if they have a similar ad that's actually active, but one that was inactive, what kept this one active? Was it the ad copy? Did they have a different hook, right? Did they have a different thumbnail? Did they have different music? You know, you can really get very deep into researching your competitors and figuring out what worked and what didn't work for them. So I highly recommend that you guys spend time in the ad library looking at your competitors. Once you compile a list of competitors that you guys are going to be looking after, you need to get a lot deeper and just find out not only why are these ads active, but why are the ones that were recently active inactive now, especially if they're very similar to the ones that's active. You can find out a lot of information that way. And sometimes it's great to know what to do, but it's even, I wouldn't say better, but it's just as knowledgeable to know what not to do. A lot of times you will find success by just knowing what not to do and not doing the things that will not be profitable for you. So I highly recommend that you guys try that out. On this screen, I'm only showing you guys the active ads, but I highly recommend that you go in and look at the inactive ads. I'll make a deeper video on this in the future, kind of going through and comparing some active versus inactive ads and really breaking down and trying to see why this ad is inactive versus why this ad is active. And I really try to make sure that we find the ads that are very, very, very similar to each other so that you guys can really see and understand what's going on and we can really break down the psychology behind it. All right. So, another place that I've recently been finding to be a great place to go and look at some things are going to be the TikTok creative. And they have an inspiration section where they can show you top ads. This is different from the TikTok ad library. They do have an ad library as well as this creative center where they can show you inspiration of top ads. The reason that I love this creative center is because you can really look at ads that have a high conversion rate. You can sort, if you look at my screen here, the right above the fold of the ads, you can see that it says sort by. You have for you, reach, click through rate, and conversion rate. And these are all conversion ads. And I sorted it by the conversion rate inside of the beauty niche over the last 30 days. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you do get an option whether you want your ads to show up here or not. I do think it's a way to block some ads. So I'm not saying these are the best ads for this niche in all of TikTok, but these ads are ads that are for sure working. And what I like even more is if you kind of click into the ad, you get to see more about the brand. You get to see like where most people kind of start to convert over, and you also can see how much people are spending. You can't see the exact amount, but so far I've seen 3 tiers: low budget, medium budget, and high budget. So if something has a really good conversion rate and it's under the label of high budget, and it's in your niche and the time frame is last 30 days, you can also shorten the length of that time frame. You can really come here and get some inspiration. As you can see, the ads that the brand, the Charlotte Tilbury brand, is very different on TikTok and Instagram or Meta. So you can kind of get an idea of, hey, if I want to come on this platform, what type of content should I launch? If I want to go on Meta, what type of content should I launch? But I highly recommend this. I don't think this is talked about enough, that this information that is very transparent, that you can kind of go and see what's working. And you can even take it another step further and search specifically by the brand, or you can search by product keywords. If you look at the top of the screenshot, you'll be able to type in things like TikTok made me buy it, okay, free shipping, or niche specific like a concealer, makeup brush, lipstick, any keywords that relate to your niche. And this is another way that you guys can find creators on TikTok that are performing at higher levels, right? So you can come in here and you can erase the part about that selects your niche, and you can just go straight off a product keyword and just type in skincare product, or weight loss product, whatever you're doing. Collagen. I know a lot of people have collagen related products, so you could type in collagen and just kind of see, or if you want to tackle that problem in the market, are most people tackling that problem with a pill, right? Are most people tackling that problem with some type of powder, something that you ingest, or a cream that you can apply? So highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys spend time here. If you have a profitable store, you should be spending at least, a few hours a week on here. And if you don't have a profitable store, or you're just looking to create something, you need to be spending at least 30 minutes to an hour each day inside of here. And I'm being generous, right? You really need to be spending a lot of time researching, not to the point where it's all you do, but it needs to take up a huge chunk of your time, because the more you research, the better you get at understanding why certain ads are working, as well as understanding why certain ads aren't working. The closer you can get to finding your combination that allows you to scale up to your desired goals, all right? So how to use this information mainly is going to be creative inspiration. Like I was mentioning earlier, you're going to know what type of creatives it takes to get into each platform, right? The good thing about narrowing down your research to your competitors is that you're able to see how your competitors are presenting their products on different platforms. So you can see, hey, this is how this brand presents itself on TikTok. This is how this brand presents itself on Facebook. Now you're in a position where you're able to come in and make sure that whatever platform you're targeting, that you are going to be using the correct type of content, right? I know if you heard this before, a lot of people will tell you that TikTok content creatives work on Facebook, but Facebook creatives do not work on TikTok. That's for you to test out, but genuinely that has been known to be true. All right. So moving even more forward, right? We're looking at product ideas, right? So when you have competitors, your competitors sometimes are going to be pushing different products from you, especially if you're in a niche as big as beauty, right? Your focus might not be on the makeup side, it might be more on the skincare side, but you might get an idea for a makeup product, or you might see your competitor pushing a different version of something that you may or may not have, and it could light an idea in your mind for you to go and tackle that. All right. So, one, creative inspiration, and two, product ideas. These are huge things. Like, I've personally gotten both. And out of my research, I've gotten creative inspiration that we use to go on and generate tens of thousands of dollars, as well as product ideas that we've taken and used to generate tens of thousands of dollars. So you can do both at the same time, and I highly recommend it, because this video, if you do the things that are inside of this video, you can make tens of thousands of dollars easily. You can scale up to 6 figures a month, and you can scale up to $10,000 a day. These are the exact things that I use and that I share with my team and people inside of the Commerce Growth Hub to go on and learn to be able to generate $10,000 in a day, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in a month. All right, so you guys should definitely be paying attention, taking notes, and just coming back and watching this video once a week. If you feel like you've heard it once, it's okay to hear it twice or 3 times, because the information in here is gold. Like, the creative part, the product part, a lot of people want to focus a real ton of their mental energy and their efforts on the setup of the ad account and picking the right interests, and should you go broad or not, and which country should you target. And those things do play a role into the overall goal of getting sales, but those things are a lot minor than the creative that you're launching and the product that you're pushing. Those things hold the most weight, in my opinion. And my sales, just looking at generating 7 figures in a single year, I would tell you that the ad account structure changed over time, but good products work with multiple different structures. Good creatives work with multiple different structures. That's the last thing I would worry about personally. Just make sure you're not doing anything ridiculous, and focus your energy on product ideas. Focus your energy on the creative, and still like an artist. And this was a book that I came across very, very early in my entrepreneurship days, back when I wasn't even in income. And a friend recommended it to me, and I didn't even read the entire book. I just took what she told me about the book and just the lesson, and I just still apply it to this day of still like an artist, right? Don't steal someone's entire thing, but you can take ideas, right? You can copy. If you copy from 1,000 brands and you create something on your own, that's not copying. But if you copy from one brand and you create something, that's copying, that's stealing, right? So stealing like an artist is just getting inspiration from all different areas, getting inspiration from this brand's TikToks, getting inspirations from this brand's Instagrams, ads, getting inspiration from this brand's Facebook posts, getting inspiration from this brand's YouTube channel, right? Getting inspiration from this brand's Google ads, and coming and bringing it all together and putting out original ideas, content, but most of all, just be inspired by it and add your special brand, add your brand to it, add your twist to it. And that's how you can really use this information to, move further. So wrapping up, this has been another video from the Commerce Growth Hub. If you guys are interested, the website is live. The link is in the description. Make sure you guys check that out. We have a lot of content coming out. We're focusing on just pushing out content to our YouTube, and then we have special content where we go a little bit more in depth on all of these things inside of the Commerce Growth Hub, inside of our website. We also have our free PDF that's out for the month of August. In September, we're going to be dropping another free PDF around the second or third week of September. But for now, get this PDF. It's free. All you need to do is just put in your email and you'll have access to it. Scaling your e-commerce business, insider strategies for explosive growth. We have gems in here on basically how we were able to scale to 7 figures, not once, but twice. Right, over the past 2 years, we've hit 7 figures twice, and this year we're on our way to hitting 7 figures, multi 7 figures, right? So not just staying in the same place, but actually growing. And the beauty of it is you get to see how we grow and how we continue to grow real life in real time, right? So this is just the beginning. We're going to be constantly putting out content that you guys are going to find valuable, things that you can use and take and go and build you guys' businesses up. Whether your goal is to start doing 1K, 5K, or 10K a day, we are here to help guide you in the right direction, all right? So that's it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if this was helpful, if it wasn't, if you got confused, if you need me to go deeper on some of these topics. I do plan to do a deeper video about the TikTok creative, as I feel like it's probably one of the most underused tools inside of e-commerce right now. You can get a lot of value out of that, especially if you're running a brand right now and you have all of the things set up. If you have the content creators already lined up, if you have a full-blown business brand and you're just looking for that thing that can really help you go from 1 or 2K a day to 5 to 10K a day, don't worry, I'm gonna make a full video really breaking down how you should really be using that tool and why I implement it on a weekly basis. All right, it has been good talking to you guys. We enjoy making content for you, and we hope that you guys can use this information on this channel to go ahead and scale your business to wherever you need it to be, and we'll be here along the way pushing out content to help you guys do that.